Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jake Stevenson.
And welcome to KEPR Quick, your latest local news and weather, commercial free in about 24 minutes or less. We're going to jump right over to weather because, Jake, there's not a whole lot to write home about. We've been seeing a lot of copy-paste days this week.
Yeah, we have. Today's really the first day of some sort of interest this week. We've got some haze in the skies. You can see it here. This was the Tri-Cities weather cam this morning. You can see some of that haze lingering in and around the Cable Bridge this morning due to a temperature inversion, but as we move through the day, that haze will be moving off to the south and east and dissipating. Taking a look now at our weather headlines. Haze returns to our region, but only briefly. We stick in the high 80s today as well as tomorrow, and then by the time we roll around to Sunday, showers return to our region along with some cooler temperatures behind them. We'll be taking a closer look at that in the Storm Tracker Futurecast shortly.
Thanks, Jake. We begin this morning in Chelan County. There's a major development in the search for Travis Decker, the man accused of murdering his 3 young daughters near Leavenworth in June. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies are reporting they found human remains they believe could be Travis Decker during a search this week involving a number of agencies, including the U.S. Marshals, the FBI, Chelan and Spokane County deputies, state troopers, Border Patrol, U.S. Forest Service agents. All of those folks were in on the search, and the human remains were found in a remote wooded area south of the town of Leavenworth. Investigators say while the remains still need to be positively identified, preliminary findings suggest the remains are of Travis Decker. Crime scene investigators from Chelan County and State Patrol are processing the scene, which will be followed up by DNA analysis to identify the remains. We'll be sure to provide any updates as we get them. And an Ellensburg man was arrested after allegedly punching another man in the face during a DoorDash delivery earlier this week. Ellensburg police were called to the East Kristen Avenue area just after 10:30 Monday night when a delivery driver said he had been assaulted. The driver said he had gotten in order to deliver alcohol to a man, but when he arrived, the driver stated the man appeared to be extremely intoxicated. The driver refused to give the man the alcohol due to his concerns and walked back to his car. The man is said to have then reached inside the car trying to get the alcohol and punched the driver. The man was arrested and is facing robbery, assault, and vehicle prowling charges. On to the wildcat fire burning in the William O. Douglas Wilderness area west of Natchez. It remains just 8% contained this morning, and fire activity increased on Wednesday. Officials say that the increase in fire activity is due to a drying and warming trend that will persist throughout today, as well as a decrease in humidity. Roadside debris removal will continue to aid fire suppression efforts. Sprinkler and hose systems have also been installed around high-risk areas. Level 2 evacuation alerts remain for Goose Prairie and Bumping River Road. The fire has reached nearly 9,000 acres in size. Switching gears this morning, an Ellensburg kindergarten teacher is now on administrative leave after posting a message on Facebook about the Charlie Kirk assassination. Shortly after Charlie Kirk was murdered, the teacher submitted a post on Facebook that said, quote, "You won't see me crying for the world being short one less person like Charlie freaking Kirk. Good riddance," end quote. Now, we reached out to the Ellensburg School District and received this response from the superintendent, who told us, quote, "We are aware of the situation. The employee has been placed on administrative leave while we review the matter. The district cannot comment further about this personnel issue." Now, this is a developing story, and we'll be sure to provide any updates as we learn more. In the meantime, though, the group Yakima County Democrats are also getting criticism for a post about Charlie Kirk and his followers. Yakima County Democrats posted this on their Facebook earlier this week. According to their office manager and precinct committee officer, the individual who posted the message on their account was reprimanded and was not authorized to post any messages using their Facebook page. The post was eventually taken down, but not before many people saw it. The precinct committee officer added that the Yakima County Democrats sympathize with Charlie Kirk's loved ones and supporters. We called the Yakima County Republican Party about this incident, and they said that they are against political violence and actively reject those notions. After reported uncertainty from the Trump administration surrounding the waste treatment plant at the Hanford site, also known as the VIT plant, the next phase of testing has been given the green light by the Department of Energy. It comes after a turbulent few days last week when Democrat Senator Patty Murray said Department of Energy head Chris Wright wanted to stall progress on the project. In a statement, Patty Murray says, quote, "After unacceptable delays, it's good that the DOE has finally heeded my call to sign the paperwork necessary to move forward with the final step of hot commissioning. And I'll continue to stand up to any attempt by the Trump administration to interfere with the Hanford cleanup." Meanwhile, Congressman Dan Newhouse appears to refute some of the senator's claims in his statement, saying, in part, despite unsubstantiated rumors and speculation, this morning's signed approval from the DOE is confirmation of what Secretary Wright told me multiple times over the past 10 days, that there will be no delays to the start of the waste treatment plant. Now that the project can officially move forward, this next phase will begin the process of turning nuclear waste stored at the Hanford site into a safer glass form for permanent disposal. A young girl in Selah is giving community members a new way to grieve the loss of loved ones and has dedicated her efforts to her late father. KMA's John Franklin has the story.
I wanted to do something sort of to honor his memory. They were extremely close. One of their favorite pastimes to spend time together was working in his wood shop. They built a step stool with her name engraved on it. They were in the middle of working on a wooden airplane that they didn't quite get to finish.
Courtney McGarity was scrolling through TikTok one day when she learned about wind phones and thought it would be a perfect project to honor her daughter's father.
And so when I saw this really cool project that we could build, with our hands physically, I thought that would be a really cool project. So I showed it to her and she immediately wanted to do it.
A wind phone is a tradition started in Japan, where people can speak over a disconnected phone to their lost loved ones.
I think our hope is just to provide an outlet for people who have nowhere to channel their grief.
Many people who use these wind phones just want to pick up the phone and talk to their loved ones that they may not be able to.
It can just be for no reason at all. It doesn't have to be because, it's somebody's birthday or it's a holiday. You can come on a random Tuesday night because you just miss somebody.
Additionally, the wind phone in Selah gives people the opportunity to write messages on stones.
There's rocks and you can write on them people that pass away.
While the idea was from a mother and a daughter, it took a team to put it together. With the support of the mayor and the city council, they worked with Selah students to create the wind phone.
So there was about 5 or 6 students that got involved. They showed up multiple days in a row and for nothing, no pay, no credit. This is after hours, and put in the work. All of the materials were donated by one of our council members here in town.
While the wind phone may be dedicated to Robert Deacon, it is intended for the community of Selah from a 12-year-old girl with a proud mother.
Oh, I'm just really proud of this kid. She threw her hammer, she nailed, she stained wood. She put the work in, and I'm really proud of her. A lot of 12-year-old kids just, want to be on their phones, and this was a really good project for us to do together. It was a really good experience.
For Action News, I'm John Franklin.
KMA's John Franklin, thank you. And you can head over to the wind phone at Riverside Park anytime you want to make one of those calls. The Tri-Cities businesses are preparing for one of the biggest events of the year, the Ironman Triathlon. We caught up with businesses preparing to deliver a great experience for the community and the athletes here to compete. Perch Cantina will have live music on Friday and Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. They're also opening as early as 7 a.m. on Sunday for athletes, families, and friends coming to watch the event. For the folks at Perch, say the success of last year's event gave them a better idea of what to expect this year.
Here at Perch Cantina, we have a great view. You see all of the runners as they begin their run coming down just directly behind me. And so it's really fun to cheer them on as they end their bike and finish or start the run. And then again, we're just feeling a little bit more prepared, a little more at ease because we do have a year under our belt. And so we know kind of what to expect.
Hotels like The Lodge, located just steps away from the event, are booked up for the weekend. They've included welcome hydration baskets for all guests and extended breakfast hours from 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. Then they'll go straight to bar and dinner menus, making it a 15-hour food service day. Staff at The Lodge say they already have guests looking towards next year's race.
Sold out a long time ago. And another funny detail is that we have already people coming in this week to book for next year because they know it's going to happen on, I think, September 20th. So we had a gentleman walking in today and he booked a suite for a week for next year. And this was his 131st triathlon. So it has a major positive impact, not only on the hotel, but every local business around here.
Now, the Ironman Triathlon is this Sunday. To avoid missing out on any information and of the event and activities associated with it, you can visit our website, KEPRtv.com. And if you've driven down G-Way, you've seen the signs about the delays causing the biggest impact, that 56-mile bike course. Athletes are expected to hit the pedals by 6:50, so any morning plans could be impacted. And there have been changes to the bike portion of the course this year. Riders will not travel as far north on G-Way, turning left at Spangler Street as opposed to University Drive. From there, it's on to the bypass to Dupertail, meandering to Keene Road via Queensgate and Kennedy. From there, it's the same course around the south side of Kennewick until the ride back, when cyclists will turn on Belmont Boulevard to Paradise Way to Bombing Range Road and then on to Van Giesen for the return. Now, if you want the spark notes, here's what you can expect. Heavy bike usage in these areas at these times. George Washington Way from about 6:55 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. The Queensgate area and State Route 240 to Dupertail, 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Spangler, Stevens, and Van Giesen will be from 6:50 a.m. to 1:10 p.m. And then in West Richland, we're talking Belmont and Paradise to Bombing Range and then back to Van Giesen. You can expect traffic there from about 8:05 to about 12:35. Here to talk about the bike course and the rest of the race, we have coach and athlete Juliet Hockman. Thank you for waking up with us this morning.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and this is your second year here, and so the course has changed a little bit. What do you think about the differences and the changes to this bike course?
That's right. Well, it appears you know it better than most of the athletes now with that description. So, you know, it's really not going to impact athletes that much. We still get the Dupertail Hill, we still get the Queensgate Hill, we still get the raging descent on Sagebrush, and we still get the back end of the course, which is a real opportunity to go fast. Really, the big thing is it's not impacting residents of Richland as much, which is important to athletes because we love this race and we want to keep coming back and we want that community support.
Yeah, and this being the second year, we've had there's an agreement to do 3 years
Right.
of this. So having some of the kinks worked out going into year two has got to be pretty fantastic. For a lot of folks that are going to be traveling around. Were there any changes to the race, to do the run portion or the swim portion of the course this year?
No, they're exactly the same. And it's a great course for everybody coming, whether you're a veteran or a beginner. There are athletes coming back from around the country because they enjoyed the first year so much.
Yeah, and one of the things that I thought was really interesting is we got through the day last year, there was a whole lot of support, and a lot of folks really enjoyed it and participating. And talk to me about what it's like for you to kind of see that level of support on a first year, let alone what you're seeing again this year.
Right, that is a huge impact on athletes. When we get a community that really supports us, they're out there cheering on the course, the businesses are happy to see us, it makes an enormous difference to us in our race experience. So if you have a little bit extra time on Sunday before noon, and you're able to get out there on the race course and the run course in particular, and you're willing to give a little bit of noise for those athletes, please come on out. It makes a huge impact on us.
Now, speaking of athletes, one of the things you talked about, or that you're scheduled to talk about, is a couple of chats about nutrition and pacing, open water swimming for beginners, as well as just improving race times without working harder. And in there, you said the description says as much as 5 minutes can be shaved off of your race time. And knowing a little bit about racing, that's a lot of time.
Yeah. So at this point, athletes' fitness is all in the bank. So there's very little they can do to be fitter by Sunday. But there's lots of things that you can do just over the course of the race to pick up time. You can speed through transition a little bit quicker by really thinking through how you're going to get from swim to bike and bike to run. You can eat on a schedule on the bike so that you're ready to go for that run when you get off the bike. You can make sure you're doing pacing correctly across the bike. In particular, you're not smashing the hills. You can draft on the swim and on the run. So there's lots of things you can do to shave off minutes so that you have a faster overall time.
And a lot of that too, has to do with kind of discipline, right? You have to be a disciplined athlete. You have to make sure you're sticking to those schedule things. So how tough is it, as folks get ready to do the stuff leading up to it, how tough can it be to kind of stick to some of those schedules with all the excitement?
Yeah, so I think particularly, for example, eating on the bike, it's very easy to sort of skip one of your moments that you're supposed to be eating and you think, oh, I'll just blast through that and go to the next one. But you do have to do these things on a timer. You do have to be disciplined. It's very helpful to think about your race in advance of race day, really thinking through what you want to be doing when. And so to do that ahead of time would be very valuable to the athletes.
All right. Now, we have video of you participating last year. Last year, you completed and finished 88th out of 1,985 finishers in the first Ironman. You did about 4 hours, 40 minutes or so. How are you hoping to do this weekend?
I don't think I'm any different from any other athlete, and we just hope that our race performance reflects our fitness well. And if we do that, all of us, then we're all going to put down really great efforts. I'm hoping to put down another good bike split. I'm hoping to have a great race out there. But most importantly, picking up the vibe, contributing to the vibe a little bit of the other racers, and really having be part of a group experience.
Right on. Now, Juliet, I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me coming in this morning. The Tri-Cities course has been voted, best, second best, third most recommended, and second best swim in the U.S. So, there's a lot going for this course. So as we make our way into Sunday, we'll be cheering you on. We'll be cheering a lot of the athletes on, and hopefully it's going to be a good weather day for that. So with that, we're going to jump right over to meteorologist Jake Stevenson to tell us what we can expect going into Ironman on Sunday. Jake?
Thanks, Dave. I'm pretty excited for the Ironman myself, but before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at the high temperatures for our Friday. We're going to be in the high 80s across our region, but in and around northwestern Benton County, we could be seeing up into the low 90s, even with Richland at 91 being our warm spot. High 80s across Franklin County and then into Walla Walla County, 87 in Walla Walla, 86 in Prescott, and down in Umatilla, 86 in Pendleton and 88 in Hermiston. So pretty warm day today for halfway through our September. Over in the Yakima Valley, we're looking at 90s throughout the valley, although Yakima itself will be at 89. And then Ellensburg up in the Kittitas Valley will be 88. Taking a look now at our overnight lows tonight and into tomorrow. 64 in Walla Walla tomorrow morning, 60 in Pendleton, 64 in Pasco. That's going to be a pretty warm morning low tomorrow, thanks to a lot of that haze keeping warm temperatures close to the surface. 58 in Sunnyside, 56 in Yakima, and 54 in Ellensburg. Speaking of that haze, let's take a look at what we can expect. By the time we get to about 4 p.m. on Friday, we'll be looking at widespread haze across our region, but especially into the Columbia Gorge and the Yakima Valleys. We'll be seeing a lot of haze today. As we move overnight tonight, that haze will start to move out to the north and the east, and we'll be gearing up for a clear day on Sunday, but as a result of that moving out, we are bringing in a storm system. Saturday night and into Sunday, there will be at least one round of rain coming to our region. By Sunday at 6 a.m., the Kittitas Valley will be completely socked in with rain throughout. The Yakima Valley will be looking at scattered showers, and in the Blue Mountains foothills, we'll be looking at a good amount of rain too. Walla Walla could be seeing a decent amount of rainfall Sunday morning as well. And then even in the Tri-Cities, which usually is the driest of the bunch, looking at a band of rain coming in at around 6 in the morning, which could be doing it in a little bit for the start of the Ironman, bringing some rain to the first attractions of the event. But before we take a closer look at that hourly forecast for the Ironman, we have the Apple Cup on Saturday. UW is heading out to Pullman to take on Wazoo for the 117th Apple Cup, and it is going to be beautiful at kickoff, 4:30 p.m., 81 degrees and crystal clear skies. We'll be sticking with those clear skies, but cooling down about 10 degrees as the game progresses. It's going to be a gorgeous day for some football, regardless of where you are watching the game in our viewing region. On Sunday, though, we will be gearing up for the Ironman, and at 6 a.m., as I mentioned, we're looking at a band of showers moving through our region. 64 at 6 a.m. We'll be warming up to about 65 by the time the event kicks off at 7 o'clock, and then not really too much movement by 10 o'clock, still at 66 degrees, although those showers will become more isolated. And then as we move through the day, 2 p.m. we'll be at 73 degrees with clearing skies. Taking a look now at your 7-day forecast. Ellensburg, high of 86 today with hazy skies, 84 tomorrow, and sunny with a chance of showers Sunday morning, all the way down in 86 degrees Sunday. And we'll be sticking in the 70s into next week. In Walla Walla, 86 today and hazy, 86 without haze tomorrow. And then on Sunday, those showers move in, clearing out that haze and bringing a little bit of damp weather to the morning. High of 73 Sunday afternoon. In Yakima, 87 on Friday with hazy skies, 87 on Saturday with sunny skies. Sunday, those showers will be here in the morning with a high of 75 in the afternoon and some clearing. By Monday, though, we are going to be looking at 75 and clear skies. In the Tri-Cities, last but not least, 87 today and hazy, sunny and 88 tomorrow, and then that storm system moves in, we drop the temperatures about 10 degrees to 76 with those showers mostly in the morning. And then by the time we get to next week, we'll be looking at sunshine and 70s and low 80s.
Thanks, Jake. Going to some municipal news this morning. A change is coming to how Ellensburg handles overdue utility bills. The City Council approved a new way to notify customers, one that could cut down on delays, but also raises concerns. KMA's Anissa Williams has the details.
With over 11,000 utility customers and just 2 meter readers, Ellensburg is changing how it warns residents about potential shutoffs.
Each of those notices is hand-delivered to the premise by a city meter reader, which is creating a backlog and preventing timely processing and disconnections. The ordinance will change policy to allow the notice to be provided telephonically when possible, still provided with a paper notice hand-delivered if the telephonic connection isn't possible.
Until now, a $25 door tag served as a final warning, but with more than 1,200 tags issued just this past June, the system wasn't keeping up. The change passed with a 5-to-1 vote, and the only no came from Councilmember Nancy Lilquist, who worried that might not be enough.
I'm just envisioning potentially scenarios where someone's in the hospital, they don't get the mail, they don't see the door tag. What do you guys do? If it goes to voicemail, you are just assuming that they heard it, and that's my concern.
Bassett said customers typically have over a month before service is disconnected, and in cases like hospital stays, family or friends often reach out to arrange a payment or request assistance. Councilmember Delano Palmer said he understood Lilquist's concerns, but pointed to a bigger issue: a lot of residents and limited staff.
This is a resource issue as far as our city staff being able to get door tags or make contact with everyone. You're not going to be able to. There's unfortunately going to be the possibility that someone does not get contact. What they are outlining is the best process that they have with the resources they have.
Phone notices will now be the first option, but if city staff can't reach someone that way, a door tag will still be left as a backup. Reporting for Action News, I'm Anissa Williams.
KMA's Anissa Williams, thank you. And if you're a first-time elementary teacher, you could qualify for 75 free books. Children's Reading Foundation of the Mid-Columbia offers a program called First Year Teacher Library. It's for all first-year teachers in Benton and Franklin counties who teach from 1st to 3rd grade. The program provides 75 books with a total value of $250.
I was once a first-year teacher. I started teaching in a kindergarten classroom, and you walk into the classroom, it's pretty blank, and you want to make it inviting for the kids. You want to make it colorful, attractive, make it a space where they feel comfortable, welcome, excited to learn. So I firsthand know how hard it is to start developing that library. Again, if you go to the bookstore and buy books, you're looking at least $10 a book right there.
Right now, they have 25 applicants and are looking for more people to donate to. The deadline is September 30th. For information on how to apply, you can head over to our website, KEPRTV.com. And the 49th Annual Sausage Fest kicks off today in Richland, raising funds for Christ the King Catholic School. Hundreds of volunteers work hard to make the event run smoothly, and they're expecting to serve thousands of people from the community looking for some fun, free live entertainment, a bite to eat, or the chance to play some carnival games. Organizers say their favorite time to stop by is around 8 p.m.
The sun has set, the lights are on, you can smell popcorn, you can smell sausage, you can hear all of the performers. It has very much like a hometown baseball game vibe, it just makes it feel like that our location, our event is a place that you really want to be.
Now, the event kicks off today at 5 p.m. and runs until 11 and continues on Saturday. Organizers say it will not be affecting the Ironman triathlon on Sunday. They also add that the event helps keep school tuition affordable. And that does it for us. Thank you for watching this episode of Keeper Quick. For more local news and weather, you can head over to our websites. It's KIMA and KeeperTV.com, as well as our Facebook pages. But while you're here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our latest mini newscasts Monday through Friday. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody.